Hey guys, welcome back to New England Fire Cooking. I'm Aaron Higgins. Thanks for tuning into this lobster roll video. Before we get into this, make sure you click on that subscribe button so you get all our latest recipes and videos. Now let's go kick some lobster tail.
Okay guys, so I got 2 frozen lobster tails here, and I have about a half pound of already cooked lobster meat. Okay, now I'm gonna put this aside. We're gonna keep this cold for now. But what I wanna show you is what I do with a frozen raw lobster tail. So when your lobster tail is frozen, what you want to do is you want to defrost it a little bit before you start to cook it. So what I'm going to do here is I have some PBR, and I'm going to pour this right over the lobster tail. I actually got 2 of them. So 2 PBR pounders, pour them right over the lobster tail. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let them hang out. Typically, it takes anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes to thaw these bad boys out. So after about 20 minutes in the beer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning. Bring a little heat to this game. I know most of you guys are thinking Old Bay, but we'll get to that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the stove on. I'm going to turn it on high. I'm going to set this right for a boil. Bring the water up to temp. Boil it until the shells turn red. So we got the Traeger Pro 34 fired up.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this right at 300 degrees.
So once your tails are finished cooking, you want to get the meat out of it. I've already done this to one of these, but basically what you want to do, some people like to use scissors, but I use a fork. And what I want to do is I want to get the fork right between the meat and the shell and slowly work my way up the tail. And once I get the tail popped, I can pull the meat directly out. You just split it right open, and then you carefully work out the lobster tail meat until it comes right out in your hand, and then you should be good to go. Just like that. So once you have your lobster tail meat extracted, you want to get it back in the pot, right back in the beer and the seasoning. And what you want to do is you want to add your cooked lobster meat to this, and you want to just keep it warm. You don't want to turn it up to a boil again or anything like that. You don't want to overcook it. Just keep it warm. Just keep it warm. We'll get everything up to a single uniform temperature so that you can chop it and build your rolls. So once you get all your lobster meat right up to a uniform temperature, you want to chop it up into small or bite-sized hunks, and then you want to put it right inside your hot dog rolls or whatever rolls you're using to make these lobster rolls, and then put 3 pats of butter right on top of the lobster, and then we want to hit it with some seasoning, and I use Old Bay. So once you get a good coat of seasoning on, it's time to go back to the smoker, and this is where the magic happens.
Set your lobster rolls right on the grates. We're gonna get this closed. And once your bread is toasted and your butter's melted, you're good to go.
Okay guys, here we are. Real easy one, not that difficult. If you want to boil a whole lobster, by all means go for it. Just know that you're going to be in for a commitment when it comes to getting that meat out of there. What we did for this lobster roll was I got a half pound of lobster meat that was cooked right at my local seafood market. For those of you living in the middle of the country that don't have that, I feel bad for you. But I don't live in the middle of the country, and I do have that, so that's what I did. I also got some raw frozen lobster tails, and what we did with that was we boiled that in a Pabst Blue Ribbon and Slap Your Mama bath. You just gave it a really, really good flavor. That beer, that Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning. Just boil those lobster tails away until they turn nice and red. You know your meat's done. After that, all you got to do is I took a fork. Some people use kitchen shears. I find that, to be a little messy. I do it really quickly with a fork. You just pop the soft end of your shell. So basically your meat side, the underside of your tail, just run a fork right down the very center and just pop that shell, split it right open, and pull that tail meat right out. And then what I did was I took the lobster meat that I bought from the fish market and the lobster tail that I just cooked, and I put them back inside of that Slap Your Mama Pabst Blue Ribbon beer bath. And I just let it hang out. Stove wasn't on, just kept it nice and warm while I fired up the grill. Once the grill got up to temperature, I chopped up all the meat, put the lobster meat inside the hot dog roll, and then we put 3 pats of butter on top of it and seasoned it with a little bit of Old Bay seasoning. Got them right on the grill at 300 degrees. Just let them roll until the butter's melted, your buns are nice and toasty, and your lobster meat's hot. then pull them right off. Also threw these Portuguese stuffed clams on there. Can never go wrong with some stuffed clams. Already cooked, just chucked them right on the grill, get them nice and hot. I'm gonna serve these up with a lemon wedge and some French fries. And now I'm going right in. I'm gonna give this a little bit of lemon juice first though. Just a tiny bit of lemon juice, there we go. Let's see how we did here with these New England lobster rolls. The whole bag, the smokiness, toasty bun, butter. That's absolutely perfect. If you really want to do a nice, crispy, toasty, smoky New England classic, you're gonna give this lobster roll a shot. Serve them up with these French fries, big old steak fries. Can't go wrong. Guys, not gonna dilly-dally on this one here. I gotta let you go a little bit early because these things get cold quicker than you'd expect. If you like what you see here and you like what we're doing on this channel, give us a subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, check us out on Facebook. Thanks for hanging out with us today. See you next time.